Six-lap dash to the finish in this interrupted Italian Motorcycle Grand Prix, round 4 of 2004. Jeremy McWilliams has taken a wild card, has he, Randy, from pit lane?
He's got full wets on, guys, front and rear.
Jeremy McWilliams has been on the podium here before. That was in 2000 with, again, the Aprilia. So then, whatever has happened so far in our previous 17 laps doesn't matter. We've got Rossi and Gibernau and Max Biaggi on the pole position. Go! What a brilliant start from Norikabe from the third row of the grid. Norikabe with the Gauloise Yamaha barging through. It looks like Zaus is up there as well. They're coming up to the corner where it could be raining. I believe it is raining. Look, they're hardly laying it into the corner. It's pouring with rain. We're not going to stop the race. We have been told if it rains. They're all on slick tires except Jeremy McWilliams, who will appear into a shot in a minute.
And Norikabe leads the Grand Prix.
We're on board. You can listen to the engine revs. They're hardly opening it. Arbe leads from Max, from Valentino, from Barros, from Sete Gibernau. It's completely thrown it into the air and it's not yet landed. This is going to be very, very difficult indeed. Arbe, nothing at all to lose.
Alex Barros looking inside of Rossi, thinks the better of it. There's Melandri.
Now, Bayliss is positioned well with the Ducati. He started from 6th position, but he will be wary of what happened to him at Jerez when he fell a couple of laps into the race.
Oh, dear me. Alex Barros making progress.
Sete passing Valentino Rossi up the hill to Corantayo. It's dry here.
Rossi's just gone back 2 places in 2 corners.
So, Arbe leads from Max Biaggi, from Alex Barros, former winner here, from Sete Gibernau 4th, from Valentino Rossi 5th. And everybody will be nervous. My goodness me, what a conundrum.
That's a good word for it, Toby. And Rossi takes the position back, 4th place, back to Rossi, goes in front of Gibernau. You're riding with Gibernau.
Now all of these front runners are on a slick front tyre and a slick rear tyre, no tread at all. Jeremy McWilliams is on a full wet setup. He's taken a punt with the Aprilia. The Belfast rider is in there somewhere.
Okay, in the pit lane,
the back of the pitch.
In the pit lane, it's not raining here anymore. Or very, very little. Very, very little. Now, they're just railing They're wheeling Tomato's bike, just to give you an update. They're wheeling Tomato's bike into the garage. The seat is completely tore up, and they've got a new rear tire on it, so it did come apart. The rear tire did come apart.
Leading this Grand Prix goes Max Biaggi as they charge up to the first corner, where it is more wet than dry. Biaggi leads on the yellow Honda. It's Alex Barros in 2nd position. His teammate Nicky Hayden.
Probably Marco Melandri.
Going wide into San Donato. Biaggi leads. Then it's going to be Sete Gibernau looking to get up into 2nd position, but holding 3rd.
Look at Troy.
Troy Bayliss barging his way through, the former leader of this Grand Prix. He's got absolutely nothing to lose.
Toby, it's really raining back there.
That is throwing it down, but Troy Bayliss, and there's Ruben Zaus. Did you listen to me on the grid?
He's gone 4th, Julian. He's absolutely listening to you. He's on Eurosport FM. Barros leads this race from Sete Gibernau 2nd, from Troy Bayliss in 4th, from Zaus in 4th position on last year's Duke.
Okay, Toby, I'm standing in, and put it this way, the BMW 6 Series came in with the wipers going on. It's raining really, steaming straight down. You can see it starting to form on the racetrack. Very, very dangerous.
Zaus leads the Grand Prix as he comes up the hill on the number 11 Dantine Ducati. If they haven't got a sponsor, they will in a minute. Barros comes up on the inside. Look at this, it's like the first lap. Oh, we nearly go at the back of Alex
Barros. Ruben Zaus. I mean, Ruben doesn't care.
Absolutely.
Put it that way.
Like I said, look at the water spotting on the screen there. That's a good shot. Look at these guys. They've got a tiptoe.
There's Troy around the outside.
It's pouring down here on the main straight. It's difficult to see the other side of the valley. It's so cloudy now. Zaus has really got nothing to lose. Now, it's not really puddly wet at the moment on the surface, but it'll be so distracting for these riders. Because, Randy, water on your visor is terrifying, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And one thing that happens with slick tires is if you do not keep the heat into them, they don't stick to the ground. And that's one thing that the rain tires do so well. We still got 4 laps to go.
When they cross the line now, Ruben Zaus leads the Italian Grand Prix, and the team are saying slow down when he comes over the start-finish line.
Because in turn 1 they don't know what's going on. Look at the ground is forming water. You can see it now.
I'm surprised no one's been down the road, Julian.
Well, Ruben's run wide there, I think.
Now there is Shaky Byrne in 9th position.
Bayliss goes to the lead.
Bayliss goes to the lead.
Oh, not for long. This is like the dodgiest days of World Superbike. These two bagging fairings together.
On a dodgy day.
Alex Barros looking very smooth in 3rd place. Shaky Byrne into the top 10.
Jeremy McWilliams in 15th position, 18 seconds off the leader at the moment.
And Michel Fabrizio in the points again.
You can just see Valentino's move past Max Biaggi behind Sete Gibernau, who's in 4th place, just coming out of the seat there. Man, I'm telling you, this is so tiptoeish, and it's unbelievable that they're able to stay up in that. Look at how gingerly they're trying to go. And the only way to know where the limit is, Toby, is to spin it.
Shaky Byrne into 7th.
But they're only going 12 seconds a lap slower than hot pace dry. So it can be done. The two Ducatis side by side. Which one do they want Ducati to win?
Sete just moved up. Look at Sete moving up in that area. He got past Barros and Rubens. Max Biaggi passed back Valentino.
Bayliss leads this Grand Prix at the moment from Rubens Zaus. It's Barros in 2nd position, from Gibernau 3rd, from Max Biaggi in 4th position, Zaus back in 5th position, Valentino in 6th, but it's going to be 4th as they teeter. It's like ice out there.
Please observe 7th place, S. Byrne Esquire. Right with them.
Wow, that is so cool.
The reigning British Superbike champion on the Aprilia. He hasn't got horsepower, but you don't need it.
He's got too much horsepower for this.
Look at this.
He's barging his way through like nothing.
He's going to be passing Max Biaggi. I'm going to say that again.
Round the outside of Max Biaggi, round the outside of Rubens Zaus, and round the outside of
Valentino Rossi soon. We'll have to wait for that one. I've given you an invite. Bayliss leads this Grand Prix by about a second. They are cheering him on from Ducati. They are cheering him on. There's 3 laps to go. This is the battle for 2nd position. It's going to be Valentino Rossi from Max Biaggi, from Sete Gibernau, from Alex Barros, from Zaus at the back of that shot. Byrne is in there somewhere.
Out a bit wide there, but what the hell, Shaky?
Williams was still waiting for McWilliams to cross the line. He does indeed, but he's in 15th and struggling on the tyres. Wet dries are intermediates would probably be the best.
But a cut front and would be necessary.
I just ran down here to talk to Aprilia. He has slick front and rear, Shaky, so he's doing the same job as these guys.
That's what you expect from Shaky Byrne.
Valentino Rossi in 2nd place is catching Troy Bayliss. Valentino has got into his stride and he's going to be catching Troy Bayliss, and Valentino Rossi doesn't even need it wet or dry. He's leading the Grand Prix. Valentino Rossi sides to the front of the Italian Grand Prix, but Bayliss is going to do a Baylissism and he's going to try and get him back, but it doesn't quite work. You've got 2.5 to go, Jules.
Hey, of all the bikes you wouldn't want to ride in the wet, the Yamaha, given how is probably right up the top of your list.
Okay, standing in the pit lane, the track's starting to dry out right here, Toby. No rain falling right here.
So then Rossi leads the race from Bayliss in 2nd place, from Gibernau in 3rd position. There's no point looking at the timing screens because it changes every corner. Byrne in 6th position.
He just did Barros at the top of the hill.
Excuse
an outbreak of flag waving taking place in this commentary box.
It is British Eurosport, and he is a British Superbike champion. Out of the seat. Oh, Rossi putting his foot on the floor. Now there's Shaky Byrne going through a shot ahead of the 2001 victor here at Mugello, Alex Barros. And my goodness me, this is going to be our last couple of laps to savour. It's drying out here at Mugello, and the power of the Ducati is going to try and get alongside Valentino Rossi as they cross the line. We've just got 6.5 miles to go. It's 2 laps to go. It stopped raining. It's going to be drying out. It's a real shootout.
It is, but Rossi did lead over the line as well.
Rossi leads the race from Bayliss, from Gibernau, from Max Biaggi, from Zaus. Then there's a bit of a gap back to Barros, Shaky Byrne, Loris Capirossi, and the rest.
Shaky's had a moment, I think.
You can see the track is slowly drying out. Even that camera shot showing that it's drying out a little bit better. But turn 1 was still very dangerous with strips of wet tarmac.
And they're still only lapping 8 seconds off the pace in a 2-minute lap. That is the stuff of the world's best motorcycle rider. We're on board with Valentino Rossi, pulling ahead of the rest.
Sete's really got to make a challenge now to get past Troy Bayliss if he wants to win this Grand Prix. But let me tell you, Valentino with a lap and a half to go, it's going to be hard to beat.
Yes, Sete shaping up as Ruben Zaus looks underneath Max Biaggi and takes him.
Fourth position for the Spanish rider on the number 11 Ducati. That's last year's bike.
Ruben's straw bale or rostrum. Absolutely. The last of that school of racing.
Oh, look at Bayliss as he comes over the top of the hill, but it's not quite good enough to stop Sete Gibernau coming through, but Bayliss is all over him like a kangaroo skin. Look at it.
Look at Charles going.
Zaus just beats Bayliss up in the corner
into third position.
And he's off to Sete Gibernau. Spaniard versus Spaniard. Nobody in Spain knows who Ruben Zaus is. Sete Gibernau is a household name.
Zaus, who? Yeah. Meanwhile, Valentino Rossi leads this Grand Prix by about a second or so. Randy's right, it may well be enough for Valentino because it's not raining, it's not going to get any wetter.
I'm sure he's right, because it's going to get really messy in this fight for second and third place.
And Valentino Rossi is cool under pressure. We've got one more lap to go. This is finally going to be the finish of the Italian Motorcycle Grand Prix. Over the line they go. Gibernau's going to give it everything to keep his second place, but the grunt of the Ducati of Troy Bayliss is going to get third position back ahead of Zaus. Rossi leads this one by 0.98 as they stream into first one. Max Biaggi takes third position ahead of the Ducati. So it's Italian from the Spaniard of Gibernau, from Italian Max Biaggi in third. Here comes Troy.
Troy Bayliss back to fourth place. And much as that, Ruben.
Listen, Sete's not letting him go. Sete's slowly trying to keep that back. Look at this. He's slowly eking it back. Will he have enough time? The one thing that Sete has in benefit is following Valentino. He can see that the track's drying, and he's using him as a pace driver. But let me tell you, Valentino's now pushing very, very hard.
Yes, that's less than a second between Rossi and Gibernau. Now we've got a half a lap to go. They're coming down the hill at the moment. Everybody's looking at the big screen. Rossi's got a lot of work to do. Gibernau's got even more.
Sete is really riding hard. He's not settled on his second at all. The fight is for third, but the tension is for first and second.
They're over the top of the hill at over 100 miles an hour. A blind entry to the corner. Aviating the front wheel goes Valentino Rossi. He's hard on the brakes. It's going to be between these two. Bayliss still in fourth position behind the third place Max Biaggi yellow Honda. On the power they go. We've just got 3 more corners to go. Wobbling under acceleration. Valentino Rossi, he's got it all to do. Will the power of Gibernau's second place Honda outdrag the Yamaha of Rossi onto the home straight? It's touch and go.
Surely not near enough, Toby. Surely not near enough unless he rides these corners like a god. He rode them like a god yesterday.
It's round 4 of the championship. Gibernau's won 2 races so far this year. Will Valentino Rossi be able to get 2 wins out of 4 races to compete a level pegging with Sete Gibernau? Valentino Rossi moved from Honda to Yamaha, and Rossi wins a 6-lap dash to the finish at Mugello. Rossi wins the race from Gibernau, from Max Biaggi, from Troy Bayliss, from Zaus, who gets 5th position ahead of Barros, and Yamaha win 2 races this year. Shaky Byrne gets 10th position ahead of Neil Hodgson in 11th. Wow, what a finish.
Oh, the Dantine team underneath me are celebrating like they've won a Grand Prix, and I don't blame them. But Valentino Rossi, Randy said this a season and a half ago to me. We just don't understand how good this bloke is yet.
Riding in wet conditions, you don't know what the track surface is like, you don't know what the road is going to be like when you arrive at a corner. By virtue of being first on the road, you don't see somebody fall off ahead of you, but he managed to keep the pace and to do it. Randy, what a way to finish this festival weekend.
I think that's the most astonishing race I've seen in terms of the 6-lap dash. Having rain conditions on slick tires, and none of the front runners crashing. None of those guys went down. And I think that was huge respect, and I think you guys will join me in saying that. Just unbelievable. And of course, seeing Shaky getting up amongst the best of these guys.
Best wheelie on the slowdown lap, Shaky Byrne, no question.
Well, it says something that they can ride it in the damp conditions, but heart in the mouth stuff, my goodness me, from all of the riders out there. I was convinced that somebody was going to go down, but they didn't. And I repeat to you, the lap time on the last lap was only 2 seconds off a normal hot, dry race.
Because we've been delayed so much, we're not going to be able to stay much longer at this programme, of course. But I have to say quickly, Max Biaggi in third place after the weekend he's had. That is the best get out of jail job I've seen for a while.
Very true. You know, everybody's a winner. Rossi's a winner because he's won. Gibernau's got solid points. Biaggi, as you say, Jules, got out of jail free. Bayliss, fourth is a fourth. I'll have those 13 points. Zaus, all other things being equal, won't be fifth again this year. Barros, he'll be a bit miffed because he was higher in the first race. Arbe went for it, got seventh. Caparossi, so-so in eighth. Melandri, shame for him in ninth. But Shaky Byrne gets 10th position, but it's Valentino Rossi who is the star of the town again here in Italy. This Italian Grand Prix has been full of drama. We've had tyres explode with two runners, including Shinya Nakano, who had a rear tyre explode at well over 200 miles an hour. Randy, we're going to have to leave in very shortly. What a day. Can't wait for Barcelona next weekend.
Well, another podium finish as I talked to Cito Pons, of course, but fantastic. I can't wait till only 6 more days qualifying.
See you there, Randy.
We're going to have to leave Mugello. Thanks for staying with us for the finish of this Grand Prix. Rossi is victorious. This is Randy Mamola, Julian Ryder and myself, Toby Moody, signing off. It's 2 apiece between Rossi and Gibber now. This season is absolutely white hot.